Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTN HD, and today is all about deploying Windows 10 Enterprise 2019 LTSB with MDT 8450, right? MDT 8450, yeah. So let's get started. So first things first, I'm going to show you guys that I am running the latest build. So within my deployment workbench, I'm going to click on Help, go to About Microsoft Deployment Workbench, and then, as you can see, I have version 6.3.8450.1000. I'm also going to right click on the start menu, go to control panel, and then click on programs and features. And then again, I want to show you guys that I am running the latest and greatest ADK for Windows 10. Now, build 17763 is the build that supports Windows 10 1809. Okay. I did a video for you guys how to upgrade your current ADK to this ADK, so make sure you catch that video. Okay, catch that video. Very important. So, first things first, you want to log into your Microsoft Volume License portal and download the ISO and drop it anywhere within a network share, or you could drop it inside your MDT server. Okay. If you have been watching me, I love creating folders. That's just my thing, you know. Okay. So within the operating system node, I expanded. I'm gonna right click on it. And you guessed it, new folder. The folder name is going to be Windows 10 Enterprise 2019 LTSC. You can give it whatever name you want. It's up to you. You're going to click next. You're going to get that nice little summary. Click next and you're done. Got a folder. I just love creating folders. Okay. From there, because I'm using VMware Workstation, I need to mount my ISO. So I right clicked on the tab. I'm going to go to settings. Within settings, I'm going to go inside the CD DVD. And where it says use ISO image, I'm going to click on browse. And I'm going to browse for that ISO image. Okay. I dropped it inside a folder within my D drive called ISOs. I have a folder called Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC. And version 2019, and that's the guy right there, 64-bit. So select it, click on open, make sure that your device status is connected, and click OK. If everything works well, you should see on the lower right hand side that it says select to choose what happens with this disk. That means it's loaded up within your virtual machine. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do is right click on my new folder, and we are going to do import operating system. From here, we're going to leave it as the default. We want the full set of source files, and then click next. Now the source directory, you're going to click on browse. We're going to click on this PC. And because I mounted it inside my CD DVD, my virtual environment, it is the E drive. So I selected the E drive, it expanded, click OK. Good to go, right? Click next. By default, it's going to give it this destination. I always like to leave it as is. I don't like to touch it. Click next. Nice little summary. Next, it's going to start loading up, grabbing all that content within your ISO, and then drop it inside your MDT server. Okay. And once it's done, you get this. Click finish. Hopefully you get this. Then you're able to click finish. And there you go. Done. How easy was that? Now, next thing that you need to do is create a new task sequence. Believe it or not, I did not create a folder with this, so don't get shocked. I just used the folder that I already had. I think I created this with you guys when we did the whole deployment of Windows 10 1809. So I'm using the same folder. So within this folder, I just right clicked on it and I did new task sequence. The task sequence ID, task sequence name, that's really up to you. But this is what I gave it, right? Pretty simple. I clicked on next. It's going to be a standard client task sequence. I will take care of the sysprep as well as the upgrade portion of this. So stay tuned for that. Now, don't harass me if it takes me a while. This stuff does take a while for me to test out. And if I do receive any errors, I have to try to fix the errors. And I tell you guys how to fix the errors and all that stuff. So it does take me some time. I'm a one-man show over here. Okay, so please, thank you. Again, it's going to be a standard client task sequence. So click on next. You're going to pick your operating system. So click on the folder, expand it, and we only have one WIM image for your LTSC 2019. So select it, click on next. Because this is my testing environment, I'm not going to specify a product key, But for production, most likely, if you have a multi-activation key, you could do it that way. Or if you have like a KMS server activating your Windows machines, you could do that. Click next. Provide a full name, operation, and a Internet Explorer homepage. Provided all that information, then you click on next. Provide an admin password, then confirm it. Make sure that this admin password, you remember it. Give it to whomever you need that needs access to this, because this is your local admin account within your Windows 10 machine. Okay. Click next. You get a nice little summary. Click next. And once it progress, it takes a while. I mean, it's really quick. Creating a task sequence is pretty quick. If everything works well, you're going to get the process completed successfully, and then click finish, and your task sequence is there. Now, next thing I like to do is right click on your primary MDT deployment node, and then just pick update deployment share. You're going to get the update deployment share wizard. I'll leave it as the default. Click next, next again, and the process is pretty seamless and pretty fast, and then click finish. Now, because I love deploying all my operating systems within a Pixie boot environment, I use WDS. Now, this WDS is local and is part of my MDT server. You are able to separate it. It's up to you. But for my testing environment, I like to keep everything in one box. Bad practice, I know. So from here, I expand servers. I expand my main server, this guy right here. And I went inside my boot images. I didn't really need to do this, but this is like a really bad habit. It's like my workflow, right? And this is what I like to do all the time. So within boot images, I right click on my boot image. I replace the image. I click on browse. Your boot images are normally located within your deployment share within boot. And because I'm only using 64-bit, this is the only one I picked. Now, the date modified doesn't look like it changed, but regardless, I like doing this. You're probably saying to yourself, Bernardo, but you don't need to do it. I just like doing it. It's just part of my workflow. Okay. Once I select it, click next, next again. I'll leave everything as the default. Next, next. It's going to process, replace it. And once it's done, you're good to go. Click finish. Another thing that I like to do within the WDS is I always like to right click on my server, go to all tasks, and just restart the services. If everything goes well, you're going to get this. If not, have problems, that's when you start troubleshooting, okay? And then I press OK. Now, because I'm using VMware Workstation, within my host, I went inside my File Explorer, I went inside my F drive, and within my F drive, I created a folder called V for Virtual 2019 LTSC, okay? Nothing's in there. I copied the path because I need that path. Now, within my VMware Workstation, because it's time for us to test the Pixie boot and deploy the operating system. So I went inside File. I went and picked New Virtual Machine. Get the nice little wizard. I left that as the default. Next. I'm not going to install an operating system, so I left it as is. Click on Next. From here, your guest operating system is going to be a Microsoft Windows, and the version is going to be Windows 1064. Click on Next on that. Give it a name and a location. This is the name that I provided, and this is the location. Click Next. I left it as the default of 60 gigs. You are able to give it more, but 60 gigs is not that bad for just testing purposes. Click Next. Finish, and you're done. Next thing you need to do is power on your virtual machine. You're gonna get this. Pick your poison. I think I said no. No, I think I said no. Yeah. And once you hit no, it's going to start loading up, and it's going to try to contact your DHCP, which my DHCP is located within my MDT server. So it should pick it up. And if it picks up, you could press F12 to start the Pixie. And this is the IP address of the MDT server. And it's going to boot into that 64 WIM image that we kind of replaced within our WDS server. And once everything loads up, you get this. Now, the only reason that I'm getting this is because this current machine is like a vanilla. It's like really plain. I haven't really customized it to do all this automation. So I actually have to click on Run Deployment Wizard to install the new operating system. One of the things I love to do is not add the password or the admin account or the domain within the custom settings.ini file, because that stuff is just plain text, and that's not really a good thing. So I like to just authenticate the connection to start the deployment. So provide your username, password, and domain. Make sure the username that you're providing has full access or is allowed to deploy within your MDT server or to start the task sequence within your MDT server. Once you provide all that information, you click OK. And if everything works, it should load up and automatically give you this to go inside your task sequence and pick which one you have. Now we're going to pick the one that we created together, which is the Windows 10 x64 Enterprise 2019 LTSC. Click on Next. Give it a computer name. I'm not going to join it within a domain, so click Next. I'm not going to move any data. Click Next. I'm not going to do any data restore. Click Next. I changed the time zone to Eastern Standard Time. Again, guys, you got to understand all this stuff could be customized within your MDT. You could do it within a database, or you could do it within the custom settings section of your deployment properties. Again, I haven't done that, so this is the reason why I'm getting all this. Click Next. You are able to pick your applications here, but I didn't pick any applications. I just wanted to test out the deployment. Click Next. From here, you're going to specify administrative accounts and then confirm it, and then click on Next. You get a nice little summary and click Begin. It's going to start gathering all the information from your computer, and it's going to start installing the operating system. You're going to get a reboot. You're going to get just a moment. This might take several minutes. This right here is a good sign. And eventually it's going to start rebooting. And if you have applications being pushed to the machine, that process is going to happen. If you have printers being added or fonts, it depends on how you have your task sequence. For me, it was just pretty plain, just deploy the operating system. And I received no errors, no warnings. That's always a great thing. I clicked on No on that. I clicked on Finish on the wizard. I actually went inside Settings and About because I wanted to show you guys that this virtual machine was deployed with Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC version 1809, which was installed 12/12, which was the day that I did this entire PowerPoint with you guys. And that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like button, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.